So. Oh, so wait, the MC is real. The New Babylon MC.
Oh no, I was getting cold, and somebody said that they would lend me this.
Oh, okay. Because I ran into a Babylonian, and they said they started at MC. I think it might have been Sebastian. I don't remember. Anyway, you're just the second one I saw wearing one of these, and the first one said that it was a thing. Right. So, yeah. So go ahead. What happened?
You know, it's more of a. I'm like, you know, I want to pick your brain, your idea, but you know,
Okay.
what would you say is a normal course of action? Just, you know, let's say, you know, some bikers, you know, drive through here every once in a while, and maybe on top of that hill over there, they see some mountain lions, and every once in a while, you know, mountain lion grabs their boy by the, you know, by the foot. You know, they all get off their bikes. They just start trying to lay out.
I'm sorry. Who's this?
Lion.
My name's Dev. I'm part of New Babylon as well.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Bet. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, Apple. Go ahead.
And let's say, you know, that happens. It happens maybe every once in a while, maybe every couple days, and some cops come to check on it, but they go, you know, let's say it's just up. Let's say it's up there. Let's say it's like down on the whole other side of Babylon. You know.
You're saying there's like a shootout and you happen to be nearby it. What would you do?
Yeah, like, let's say you're like, oh, I see a person over here. Let's go talk to see, you know, if they've seen anything. Maybe they're involved with it. You know, your first instance is that guy's chilling over there, maybe fishing or whatever the fuck. And there were shots fired up here. What would you say is the
I
first
think it'd
thing
be easier if you just tell me what actually happened. Because remember, I am a marshal. And so, like, I don't necessarily play the whole, like, thin blue line bullshit. Right. LSPD and has some real dumb fucks in it. And there's very few BCSO. Some of them shouldn't even have badges. So.
Okay, fair enough. So, like I said, right in front of the gate every once in a while, a mountain lion gets a hold of a biker. They all start shooting at him. Whatever, right?
Are they harassing you?
Yeah. And I'm down here fishing. Like on the whole other side of Babylon, they come up to me, basically said, you know, let me search you. We're seeing if you're involved with it, whatever.
Search you?
Yeah, then they try to frisk me to see if I have a gun on me and then put me in cuffs, you know? And I'm like over there, you know, maybe on that dock.
And the shooting was at the gates?
Yeah.
That sounds like a court case.
Yeah, but you know, but I have a question. If they charge you with just your possession, is it like still charged with? Could you really still fight that, or is it?
Did you plead guilty?
No, not guilty.
Yeah, you can find it because they can't just look, man. This kind of stuff sort of hurts me because it hurts me for a number of reasons. One, because there is a lot of work that's needed to make the police force you know, okay, that sounds like you should chat with a lawyer, if I'm going to be honest. The answer is, generally speaking, if you're telling me, if I hypothetically responded to a call that was like a couple minutes ago, and that call was right outside New Babylon, and I saw someone in a active community that I know to be active, thus, like, I know reasonably you may not be the only individual, and the distance is as far as you describe, it is unreasonable for me to now assume I don't even think I can detain you at that stage. So
yeah, but the first response is, you know, let me frisk you and then search you.
You can't frisk someone without reasonable suspicion, and what you just described isn't reasonable. So
yeah, so this is like my my thought process, right? You know, in all the scenarios I've been in, maybe around shooting or shooting involved or whatever the fuck.
I think
A
it's
lot of
also
time
a
I'm
bit
asked for
gross, if I'm going to be
GSR.
honest with you, because it's just look, there's a reality, right? Law enforcement, we're able to do a lot of things, and the moment we start doing shady shit like that, there isn't really many countermeasures that y'all can deploy to get justice. I know how, and I understand how the cookie crumbles. Fundamentally, someone does that to you, you're fucked, because now it's going to be God knows how long until your situation is seen in court. And I'm sorry that happened if what you're saying is accurate. But I will speak on behalf of the marshals. We are not, and if you see any of them doing this, going to simply barge in. If there are calls here, we're going to come. Look, I've come onto this property plenty of times. I don't have to listen to whatever your security guards say in the front, right? That's just not going to happen. I've already had this conversation with Lang. He has no problem with us coming here for responding to something, right? But that doesn't mean I'm going to come in to just do whatever the fuck I want. You had a military vehicle here. It was called in. I let folks know at the gate. I came in. We stayed around until it was moved. That's how it should be handled. No one did anything illegal. I might ask questions, right? But, I can't reasonably detain anyone for leaving something somewhere. In the situation you just described, if that gunshot had happened quite recently, right? Like immediately, and I saw you that much of a distance, I have to ask myself, could you have reasonably went from that location all the way to there? Now that is something that maybe was there, right? Maybe you're bluffing here, right? I don't know. But generally speaking, the answer would be probably not. Give me a second, McAllister.
Hey, out of curiosity, right? You remember the Vineyard OIS?
Mm-hmm.
Back then we had someone
Let
from
me
Docs.
call you right back.
Yep.
I'm having a chat with someone. All right.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Yep.
All right.
Fun.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So no. That sounds gross. Based on what you described. So I would talk to a lawyer.
Well, listen, I was just gonna ask him because common procedure, listen, it's been a while since maybe I've been arrested recently every once in a while, but nothing violent like that, if that makes sense. So
yeah, I would most definitely speak with a lawyer. I want to be. So this happened to you, Devin?
Dev, yeah.
I think there's a possibility you may not have the entire picture, because I think the scenario described isn't accurate.
okay, so just so I get it, what's the scenario?
I would So here's the thing. One of the reasons I'm talking in generics, right, is based on the situation you described. However, when it comes to the details in here, I think you should probably see it for yourself and make an assessment based on that. But what I can tell you is I think what occurred is different than the scenario you may have just described. I cannot say specifically the details because that's not my place. But you can get a FOIA pretty easily.
Okay.
Is that making sense? I can't leak this report is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But you do have the right to it. And I think when you see it, you'll find that the situation is different than seeing a gunshot outside the gates and seeing someone, you know, half a mile away. You know what my guess here is that the full series of circumstances may not have been told to you in the moment, which it probably should happen, especially if you ask those questions while in detainment after you've been charged or whatever. But also keep in mind that at the time of detainment, law enforcement doesn't need to actually tell you why it is. Like sometimes you'll watch like YouTube videos, right? Where someone's like, why am I being detained? Why am I being detained?
Yeah.
The intent there is they're trying to elicit like a reason to hold that law enforcement officer to it. Reality is, technically we could lie about the reason, not in the report, but to the individual. We probably shouldn't, because that's, you know, kind of dumb for a number of reasons that I won't get into. But I will say that I think there's more to this than y'all may realize. So.
All right. Easy then. Fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
Just I kind of wanted to understand it.
Yeah. Yep.
From
Absolutely.
what I was understanding.
Based on the circumstance you stated, if someone did what you stated, that would be gross. What happened in this particular case was more than just that.
Okay.
Okay, easy.
All right then. Fair enough.
All right. Hell yeah. All right. Apple, you take care, and Dev, pleasure to meet you. All right.
Take care.
All right. That's not what happened according to this. I mean, maybe I imagine the truth might be somewhere in between. But immediately after I looked at that report, it says they received robbery calls literally at the pier where he was detained. So